It's actually the hour-long version of Ancient Voices Survivor 50. Survivor Brenda with us. How are you doing, Brenda?
I'm good.
They have an hour-long version of that song. That's a little much, even for me. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Well, good. It was another week. I'm very excited about watching Friday's or Wednesday's show. But let's bust down last week's. Talk about what happened. Mike gets voted out last time. We talked about that.
Yep.
You a little surprised how off the charts Ozzy went about it? I mean, he was screaming at people. He was yelling at them, telling them what a bad player they are. You can't be. I mean, he was burning every bridge on the team because Ozzy left. Well, guess what? If you're or Mike left, Ozzy, if you're going to win, you've got to get. Mike was going at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he was just mad because he got left out of the
Well,
vote.
the number, yes. And do you think that was right that they did that to him, left him out of the post?
Yes,
The vote?
because he would have spilled the beans to Mike.
Yeah. So this is okay. Ozzy's been on what 5 times, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he a 5-time player?
Yeah.
How big a rookie mistake is that? This can't be the first time he didn't know what was going on at a vote.
No, but he realized that his temper was going to get the best of him, and he reeled it in after he did the little meditation. But I thought it was smooth that he talked Christian into giving him his
his idol or his luck of the draw thing or whatever the shake you dice thingy. Yeah, what do they call that? Shot in the dark.
Yeah,
shot in the dark.
Yep.
So you're Christian. You have a shot in the dark. You seriously would like to build some trust. Did Ozzy win that? When I'm listening to Ozzy kind of force him to do it, I was almost to the point, Ozzy, you're being a bully. I wasn't thrilled with it. The fact he got it tells me he could sell you a used car, no problem.
Yeah.
But is that a good move for him in the long run when he forces that issue? Like, that was a strange one, especially because it's a 1 in 6 shot. It's not like you got an idol.
Christian really put himself out there giving that up because he could have gone home.
Yes. And so was it a good move by Christian?
Maybe not.
Yeah, and see, I agree. That was so weird.
Ozzy doesn't trust him, so I don't think it was a good move for Christian, but he's trying to save face from...
But does that give you trust? All of a sudden you gave me that, so now I trust you? No, it's always going to be in the back of his head. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he gained much. All right.
Yeah.
I want to know, you probably as a lady, this is different than guys in junior high and high school, but I get the vibe from Coach is he's that kid who, and guys will understand, bloomed a little early in junior high and thought he was all that, and he was the biggest guy in class. This idea of him wandering around making up really cool nicknames for you because I'm the guy, I'm like, what are you, 12? I thought that was the craziest adult thing. We're watching adult television and he's acting like a kid. How weird is that? I give you the name and I dub you, and these guys act like that's something they wanted. I even wrote them down.
They're buying that too. I just think Coach is so big on himself, and Joe and Colby are just all in touched because he knighted them.
Brenda, but it's even crappy. I mean, you are Tide Walker. What? What in God's green earth are you talking? Oh, then he called Joe Stonewell Monk. What? They just making up words. And then the last one was the Oak-Bound Warrior. You're a tree in the ground warrior. And they just they fell all over themselves. That was like the worst TV ever.
Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't I didn't care about that too much either.
Well, see, because I think as women folk, you don't have that he was such a early jock thing to do. Oh, you're on the team. I give you a cool nickname and you're not. God, it was 12-year-old stuff. I hated it. Anyway, okay. That just hit me as weird. Let me ask you this. Why does Rizzo save Cherie? Why does he go out of his way to save her?
He needs a vote.
Yeah, but Cherie, but is it because Cherie's such a bigger target than him in the long run?
Probably, but as you know, he just needed a vote. So,
All right.
he just reeled her in and
Then I'll take what I can get. That's fair
yep,
enough, I suppose.
yep.
The thoughts at 2 go home. This has to happen more because they're still out there 26 days and they have an extra 3 people on the island than you usually have. Or was it 26? So extra 5 people. So they've got to have a few of these double a limbs. Do you think any of these people are really shocked when they say, and it's a double a limb today? And everybody, ooh, ah. Is that really a shocker to them? I mean, if you watch the show, you know it's coming. It's a numbers game. There's only so many weeks of TV.
Yes. And I think they're getting down to like 4 people now on the
Whatever tribe that is.
Stila tribe, I think.
Yeah.
No,
Wouldn't
I don't
it? Let me ask you this on the names of the tribes, because I was trying to remember who was who and the name of the tribe, and I can't for the life of me. I'll be taken all the way to the end before I figure it out. Why not have 3 names, regular names that are always the same name, and then you can get it, or just go red, blue, and orange? Why are we making up these silly names?
I don't know, but because it's an island, I think they're just doing island stuff.
Okay, but 50 times they've had like 150 different names. I got to remember them. It's not going to happen. I don't know how teachers even do it. You had 20 kids in your class. It would take me the entire year to get 3 of them down. I would never remember. I'm not a big fan of the names thing, but my point being is, if you ask me about Harry Potter, I can name all 4 of the different classes, right? All the different, because they're the same in every movie. You just know Hufflepuff, the rest,
Yeah.
Gangledorf or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Ozzy trusts no one right now, and you saw that he was thinking Emily and Charlie are on one team, and Steph and Ozzy were on the other, leaving Angela, right, the lone wolf. And then then we saw Kristen actually give Ozzy his shot in the dark. What were you expecting when they went into tribal? Charlie against Rizzo. I mean, that's what the 2 teams were, but Charlie gave Ozzy his shot in the dark. What did you think the teams were when they went to the tribal? Or how that was going to shake out?
I honestly didn't know how Camilla was going to vote.
Yeah.
Because she could have gone either way. And I was sitting on the edge of my seat.
Waiting to see. So do you believe we can talk about the other side of the break. Let's go to the other side of the break. When we come back, do you believe Survivor is in production, leaving us with those questions about where everybody sits? I got to imagine if everybody's talking to everybody, the producers must know who's going home. Is there truly a blind side from the Survivor production side of things? Because they must know, but they don't give us all the details. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I don't know, Camelia's going to vote. How do we not know that? We'll go to break. We'll talk about it after this. I've got her. Survivor Brenda on the Al Travis Show.
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota Capitol, you need more than a lobbyist. You need a partner. At Momentum Advocacy, we bring nearly 90 years of combined experience in government relations, public affairs, and strategic communications. From nonprofits to national corporations, we help organizations navigate Minnesota's political landscape with integrity, insight, and results. Whether you need legislative champions or headlines, Momentum Advocacy delivers. For more, visit momentum-advocacy.com. Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol.
Think about it. A famous politician once said, "You're entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to your own facts." But in a world full of AI and fake news, where can Minnesotans find the facts? Center of the American Experiment is Minnesota's go-to source for fact-based analysis and common sense solutions for taxes, energy, public safety, and our kids' education. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
It's nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
I've got our survivor Brenda on the program with us. Went to break. And I mentioned it seems strange to me with cameras everywhere and everybody getting interviewed. There seems to be one or two people every week where we just don't know where they're going to go. And I get it, they're in the middle. But it seems to me, looking back, that was probably an interview she got early in the day. And then they all do their run around talking to everybody. We just, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they're as shocked in the production room as you and I are. Is that okay, or am I wrong?
I don't know. A lot of times at tribal council, you see them go off on these little sidebars.
I love that. Yeah.
Having talks, and you never know how it's going to go. So I don't know. I kind of think it's last minute.
Okay. All right. Because it seems weird that if you're playing for $1 million, you just let it go with how I feel at tribal, but okay. One of the notes I saw about Survivor this week was the number of times they were saying Billie Eilish on the program. It's like she bought and paid for this. If you're selling yourself down this road, okay, fine. But Billie Eilish wasn't named that much during the Grammys or whatever it is. I mean, did you seem a little off-putting by the amount of everyone explaining Billie Eilish?
Yeah, it hasn't even been, played yet. I mean, they've given it out, but nothing's happened yet. So I don't know. But I was impressed again how Emily told Christian that Ozzy was coming for him. Her loose lips again. Oh,
it ruined shifts. So I want to go to real quick. Let me ask you this. You saw Probst doing the impersonations?
Yes.
I was laughing out loud. He's very good at them. But this is the point. This is where I'm going with this. So he has, the tribal council. He's got to sit through whatever, 4 hours, whatever, to produce that. He's got the game. So he's there being, the ref for the game. So that takes 2 days. He's got 5 days a week to sit there, and they must watch video, and he's making fun of them. You don't get good at doing those impersonations because it was just a one-off. He's making fun. Am I lying? He was very good at impersonating these people.
I thought he nailed it when he did Christian.
Agreed. And I'm thinking, they're in the production room and he's doing his impersonations, making the crew go funny. And I'm like, good for you, but he's got to be bored out of his gourd to do impersonations of people no one knows until they get on this show.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my thought.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you one more question. I see the next generation of Survivor. They should move this to like Hawaii or Puerto Rico or some American Virgin Islands so that in these games, you and we could go to Hawaii for vacation and spend a day on Survivor Island watching the group play the game. Would that not be cool? You could sell tickets. I'd spend that money to watch them hang onto the board for the next 2 hours and see how long. What doesn't that seem to make more sense? Why are they in the middle of no place?
I don't know. And continually going to Fiji, they just must have it set up there. Well,
that's my point. As long as they're not traveling island to island and everywhere. I mean, they did one in South Africa, was the boringest one ever. But I mean, I get it. They found the island paradise is what people want. Well, put it in Hawaii then. Now we're going to Hawaii for a week. We're going to spend one day on Survivor Island and watch the games. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Would you pay money for it? I mean, if you're on vacation anyway, you would. Your microphone stopped. You would, wouldn't you? You can't hear me either. Well, let's go to break. We'll be back right after this. We'll see if we can fix this whole problem.
40B prescription drug program increased healthcare costs in Minnesota by $158 million. How did this happen?
I couldn't hear you, Al.
Are we back now?
Yes.
All right. After the commercial, we'll talk. But when you hear some music come up, we have to get out within 1 minute.
Okay.
We'll be all right.
Okay.
Personal piggy bank, marking up discounted prescriptions and making nearly $1 billion in profits while patients everywhere pay more. The worst part? Legislators are considering bills that would ensure corporate health systems can continue this abuse indefinitely. Congress is finally working to reform the 340B program, and state legislators should let them. Minnesota doesn't need legislation to protect Minneapolis-based corporate health systems and the profits they make off a program meant to help low-income patients. Tell your legislators to stand with Greater Minnesota, not big Minneapolis health systems. Paid for by Minnesotans for Freedom.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
I think we've got our back, Survivor Brenda, and we were talking about, I think Probst probably did that to you. He doesn't want people thinking, why aren't they doing this in Hawaii? If you were going on a trip to Hawaii anyway, wouldn't it be fun to spend a day out on the island or the Survivor Island in the stands watching these guys play the game? I would enjoy the heck out of that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, they should do that. All right, let's get to the evictions of the weekend. I really didn't think, I thought Angela was sitting in a pretty good spot, quite frankly, because she seemed to be the swing vote when I was putting, Charlie and Emily together and Steph and Ozzy. But they all doubled up on her, and Angela goes home. Was that really a smart vote? She didn't seem to be doing anything to really ruffle any feathers. She talks too much, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why she's gone. That made no sense to me.
She didn't seem like she was a threat to anybody, but Christian and Emily and Steph, they're kind of bound together. So it was.
Yeah. And that's got to scare Ozzy to death, because Ozzy had probably a shot to get Charlie when he got his, shot in the dark away from. So why not take that shot at that time? Prove you're a player. Right.
I thought that was nice that Angelina gave up her jacket to those folks that voted her out, though.
Well, I liked her. Just it seemed she didn't bother me, rub me wrong as a person. On the other side, the Charlie goes on the other tribe that left. It was really Charlie against Rizzo, right?
Yes.
First, not a big fan of Charlie's because I think he's such a whiny butt about other people's games where somebody voted out his his best buddy and didn't give him the. He just seems so strange on that point. So he doesn't sit well with me, but I got no time for Rizzo. I got none. That kid has done nothing. He talks about his legacy. He came in second place once.
I just kind of like the kid, though.
Well, okay, because you're a mom. He annoys the heck out of me. Really?
Yeah. I know somebody else that he annoys as well.
But that's kind of my point is like he's so, I'm going to be a legend in this game. That's all I live for. And so far he came in second place. You've got an advantage that none of these people have seen you play before because that season hadn't aired yet. But now he drives me nuts. But then all of a sudden he's able to rally around and get Charlie out. So he must have some game.
Yeah. I was so glad to see Charlie go, though, because he just kind of seemed like all we heard about was his grudge against Rizzo.
Yeah.
And
he'd never met the kid before. That's what your game, you didn't stick. That's going to, It's like he drew a line in Survivor saying that, like, those of us who played the game are smarter than the rest of you. We have these unwritten rules, and like, nah, he just lost. He didn't win enough votes. Yeah, I'm not bad. That one didn't bother me. Charlie being gone wasn't horrible, but they're going to have to get Rizzo at some point just to make me feel better.
Well, maybe. I
Yeah,
think, with the tribes getting low on people now, with the Vatu only having 4 people left, I see a merge coming up.
Well, and they sneak peek that at the end of the show. If you wait to the end of the thing after they say how excited they are, they're gone. There is a merge coming this week, and that's what I want to ask you. Does that make the game more fun for you or less? Because now it's individual immunities. You really can't win too many. You get too many, then they really get itchy on you. Do you like this part of the show better or the team version?
I like it when it's individual because it weeds out the weak in one way or another.
That's a very good point. But this seems like a massive number to merge. I mean, we're still talking 12 or 14, 18 people left, right? We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 20 people left in the world.
Yeah, but unless they have another tribe swap.
No, they said, well, maybe I misread that. No, it looked like they were merging all together, but you might be a tribe swap. But all that being said, now, will this help or hurt if you've played with somebody from your season now? Because now it's like they're very few, it's a one-on-one game, but you got to have a double here and there. You're not seeing anybody hook up romantically. We're not going to have that going on. So do you hook up with somebody from your tribe of past?
I still see people kind of grouped together like Coach and Colby and Joe. They're going to look out for each other, but I don't think there are a lot of strong
three strong guys are going to be who they're going to peg off first, second, and third.
Yeah.
That never lasts long. It sounds like we'll just run this game, and it never works because you always got somebody that's out there without immunity, and they just go get you. We'll see how that works. Brenda, I love having you on the program. I thank you for being here. She's Survivor Brenda. We'll do it again next week.
Thank you.
All right, always a pleasure. She's Survivor Brenda on the Al Travis Show. Comments or questions watching with us, let us know. Al@altravisshow.com. Al@altravisshow.com.